Okay, good morning all. In last class, I was discussing regarding, may I audible? Just a second, I just check it. May I audible? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೇನ್ರಿ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
Okay, okay. Okay, in last class, I was discussing regarding the regenerative cycle. See, basically, why we need the regenerative cycle is because the efficiency of a simple ranking cycle is very less. So, in order to improve the efficiency, we go for the regenerative arrangement. In this, what we do is we are going to heat the feed water before it is fed to the boiler. I have explained it in detail in the last class. I will just go through very quickly here. See here what happens, 1 kg of the steam enters the turbine. See in that 1 kg of the steam, a part of the steam M1 kg is bled out at the intermediate stages of the expansion. Okay, that M1 kg of the steam is going to the feed water heater. Okay, then after remaining 1 minus M1 kg will expand from 2 to 3. At the state 3, that is after expansion till state 3, M2 kg has been bled out. Okay, similarly from stage 3 to 4, expansion further takes place. Here the mass of the steam is 1 minus M1 minus M2 kg. Okay, where it expands and finally reaches the condenser where it get condensed. Here the mass handled by the condenser is less because M1 and M2 kg has been gone to the feed water heaters. Okay, so after that what happens, there is a pump one which pumps the fluid from 5 to 6. It carries a mass of 1 minus M1 minus M2 kg. Okay, you need to note what is the mass a pump one is handling. Here the mass handled by the pump one is 1 minus M1 minus M2. Okay, it goes to the feed water heater 2, in which M2 kg combines, so that at the outlet we are having a 1 minus M1 kg of the feed water heated. See here in heater what happens? The steam just heats up the water coming from the pump, so that the temperature is increased. Okay, then 1 minus M1 kg is been pumped from pump number 2 to the feed water heater 1, in which M1 kg combines. It heats the feed water, it further heats the feed water heater, so that at the outlet of the feed water heater we are having 1 kg of the mass, which is been pumped by pump number 3. See here the pump number 3 handles 1 kg. It pumps 1 kg of the steam back to the boiler. Okay, and the process repeats. This is how the process is. Okay, so next I will show the same on the TS diagram. I have explained in detail in the last class. See here what happens, this is a 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 or the turbine expansion. Okay, 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion taking place in the first stages of the turbine. Okay, at state 2, when it reaches the state 2, a M1 kg has been bled out. We can see here the M1 kg is going on the left side. Okay, so it has been bled out to the feed water heater. Okay, 2 to 3 is the further expansion taking place in the turbine. Here the mass is 1 minus M1 kg, further expands in the turbine. Okay, at state 3 again M2 kg has been bled out. Okay, 3 to 4 again there is an isentropic expansion. The mass handled by the turbine is 1 minus M1 minus M2 kg, and at state 4 again it is going to the condenser where the mass is 1 minus M1 minus M2 kg. 5 to 6 is the pump for 1, in which the mass is 1 minus M1 minus M2 kg, and 7 to 8 is the pump for 2, where the mass is 1 minus M1 kg, and 9 to 10 is the pump for where the mass is 1 kg. And feed water heating I have told you in detail in the last class. Feed water heating takes place here from 6 to 7 in the diagram, and 8 to 9. Okay, this is the feed water heating process. Okay, next with this let me start a simple problem. See here, you need to see we are going to get the values of the enthalpy in the same fashion as we did for the simple ranking cycle, reheat cycle. Illu kuda H12 ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ತರ find out ಮಾಡೋದು. But here we need to find the mass. How to find the mass? I will tell you. Okay. See here, when it comes to the turbine work, okay, from 1 to 2 expansion takes place with 1 kg of mass. So here we are categorizing the turbine work into three categories, that is from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. When I take 1 to 2, it is h1 minus h2, mass handled is 1 kg. From 2 to 3, it is h2 minus h3, mass handled is 1 minus m1. You need to multiply this by mass. Okay, so here h3 minus h4, mass handled is 1 minus m1 minus m2. You need to multiply this by this term. Okay, so that you will be getting finally answer in kilojoules per kg turbine work. Similarly, when I take pump work, as I have told you, the pump work, the mass handled by different pump is different, so you need to consider that. So if I take 5 to 6 pump work, the difference in enthalpy is h6 minus h5, mass handled is 1 minus m1 minus m2. You need to multiply this term. Okay, so next, when I take 7 to 8 pump work, the mass handled is 1 minus m1 kg. You need to consider this term. Okay, 1 minus m1 into h8 minus h3. Next pump work is 9 to 10. Here the mass handled is 1 kg, so it is h10 minus h9. Okay, when I take the heat supplied here, it is the same. You can just see the mass handled, here it is 1 kg, and enthalpy drop across the heat addition, the boiler is h10 minus h1. It is the same like your other cycles which we have studied. Okay, next, when we come to the Q2, the mass handled by the condenser, it is 1 minus m2 m1 minus m2 kg, multiplied by the difference in enthalpy during the process, that is our condensation process from 5 to 4 to 5, right? So it is difference in enthalpy is h4 minus h5. See, when we are writing the difference in enthalpy, you need to note wherever we write higher enthalpy minus lower enthalpy. You can say in pump work, always the output enthalpy will be more than the input enthalpy. When I take the turbine work, the input enthalpy will be more than the outlet enthalpy. Okay, so with this, when I take efficiency, it is the same way, that is net heat divided by heat supplied, network divided by heat supplied. Okay, when I take the steam rate, it is 3600 divided by network. Okay, with this revision, let me start with the problem. See, for the detailed explanation, you go through the last video, which okay, with this, let me take a problem. Okay, here it says an ideal regenerative cycle operates with a dry-saturated steam, the maximum and minimum pressure being 30 bar and 0.04 bar respectively. See here, you need to read the data carefully. He says it is a regenerative cycle. The first thing you need to note, it is a regenerative cycle. Ideal means uh, the pump work, when you take the turbine work, it is isentropic. That is the meaning of it. Okay. In actual case, the efficiency will be given. In ideal case, we will consider it as an isentropic. Okay. So here you need to note it is an regenerative cycle first, and here he has given the boiler pressure, that is 30 bar. But here he doesn't mention the boiler pressure here. What he says, the maximum and minimum pressure. When I say maximum pressure in the cycle here, it is a boiler pressure, 30 bar, and minimum pressure when I say it is 0.04 bar. It is condenser pressure. 0.04 bar is condenser pressure. You need to first note Vp is equal to 30 bar. Condenser pressure, that is Cp is equal to 0.04 bar from the data respectively. The plant is installed with a single mixing feed water heater. That means I've shown you the diagram wherein we were having two feed water heaters, right? Here we are having only one feed water heater. Okay. The bled steam is, see here, the bled steam pressure he has given, it is 2.5 bar. Okay. That is the feed water heater operates at a pressure of 2.5 bar. The bled steam pressure is 2.5 bar. So the feed water heater pressure is also the same, that is 2.5 bar. The feed water is installed at a pressure of 2.5 bar. Okay, determine a mass of the bled steam. Is asking you what is the mass of the bled steam, okay, which is required to heat the feed water heater. It is asking what is the mass which has been bled out from the steam. Okay, that is M is asking. Okay, the thermal efficiency of the cycle. It is asking what is the efficiency of the cycle and specific steam consumption. Okay, specific steam consumption, you need to find net work done, that is 3600 divided by net work done, you will be getting specific steam consumption. Okay, for this let me draw the diagram. First you note here the boiler pressure given is 30 bar, condenser pressure is 0.04 bar, and intermediate pressure, that is feed water heater pressure 2.5 bar. First you need to draw the three lines. Okay, first you draw the three lines, that is condenser pressure 0.04 bar, okay, feed water heater pressure 2.5 bar, and boiler pressure 30 bar. Okay, like this you need to first draw the three pressure lines. Okay, similarly on the HS also you need to draw the three lines like this. Okay, you know how the pressure lines follows on the HS diagram. Okay, then what is the condition of the steam entering the turbine? You need to note here he has given the condition of the steam entering is with dry saturated steam. He says with dry saturated steam. The state of the steam is dry. So the state is on the saturated vapor line. This is a saturated vapor line, right? From here you need to draw the vertical line. Okay, till 2.5 bar you need to draw the vertical line. At 2.5 bar what happens, m kg of the steam is taken out. So if you want you can write m1 kg. Okay, but here since there is no another feed water heater, you can either write m or m1, doesn't matter. Okay, so I have written m here. Okay, so m kg of the steam is taken out to the feed water heater, so m kg is going. Okay, so remaining 1 minus m1 m kg expands from 2 to 3s. Okay, just I will write here, I am not written. See here we are having 1 kg. Here we are having 1 kg of the steam entering from 1 to 2. So remaining mass is 1 minus m1. m1 is gone. So remaining mass is 1 minus m1, expands from 2 to 3. And the same mass goes in the condenser. 1 minus m1 goes in the condenser. The pump one handles 1 minus m kg. Okay. So the m kg combines over here. Again the pump 2 handles 1 kg of the mass from 6 to 7. Okay, you need to note here we are having two pumps. Okay, in the diagram which I have shown we were having three pumps because there were three feed water heaters here. Okay, here we are having only single feed water heater, so we require two pumps. Okay, one is to pump from condenser pressure to feed water heater, that is from 0.04 bar to 2.4 bar ಗೆ ಪಂಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪಂಪ್ ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಂಪ್ 2.5 bar ಇಂದ 30 bar ಪಂಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಂಪ್ ಬೇಕು. Okay, so that's why we require two pumps here. Okay, so I have written the diagram in this fashion. Okay, then remaining 2 to s you draw the vertical, then in the same fashion you complete the diagram. Okay, you need to note here the pump work and turbine work or isentropic, it is a vertical line. ಈಗ 1 to 2 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ vertical line, 2 to 3 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ vertical line. ಅದೇ ತರ pump work 4 to 5 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ vertical line, 5 to 6 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ vertical line. Okay, here you might ask what is the process of feed water heating. Actually the process of feed water heating takes place from 5 to 6 here. 5 to 6 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದೆ feed water heating process ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so next let me go to the okay, here I need to find what is the value of h1 here. See, either you can use Mollier diagram or you can use the table. Okay, for accuracy here I will show you how to use the table. Okay, so when I take the state 1 here, what is the state 1 here? It is on the saturated vapor line, it is dry state. Okay, you know h1 here it is nothing but hg at 30 bar, because the pressure line following at 1 is 30 bar, so it is hg at 30 bar. You need to look into the table A1. P1 is equal to 30 bar. What is the value of hg? Okay, this itself is the H1. Okay, Hg is equal to H1. You need to note H1 here. It is the Hg value. Okay. Similarly, note at this point what is the value of Sg. Sg means at this point one. What is the value of Sg? 6.1838. Okay. This we know S1 is equal to S2 because the process is isentropic. So you equate this S1 is equal to S2 so that we can find what is the dryness fraction at S2 dash. Okay, same way we as we did in the earlier problems also. Here we are following the same steps. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ x2 find out ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ dryness fraction. Okay, S2 is equal to SF plus x2 into SFG at what pressure? State 12 in pressure ಇದೆ. State 2 in state 2 we are having a pressure of 2.5 bar. So we need to take the value at 2.5 bar of SF and SFG. Okay, and here S2 is equal to S1. Okay, in place of S2 I will write S1 value. Okay, with this I will find what is x2 dash x2. Why I am writing S is because it's isentropic process. Okay, I got x2 has 0.841. Okay, this is the quality of the steam at x2. Okay, now you see I know what is H1. I know what is X2. Can I find H2? Yes, we can find H2 by using formula. H2 is equal to HF plus X2 S into HFG at 2.5 bar. See the line following at state 2 is 2.5 bar. You need to take the value at 2.5 bar. So from table A1 at 2.5 bar, you note down the values of HF and HFG, substitute over here, and you will be getting what is the value of H2. H2 we got 2452.68 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು H1 find out ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತು, H2 find out ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತು. See H1 find out ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತು, H2 find out ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತು. Okay, next ನಾನು H3 find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, in a similar fashion I will find the H3 also. Here you need to note S1 is also equal to S3, isn't it? Because it's isentropic process. S1 is equal to S2 is equal to S3. I will use that and I will find what is X3. I am going to find what X3. Okay, so I will find what is X3. So S1 is equal to S3 because it's an isentropic process. S3 is equal to SF plus X3 into SF. What is the pressure line following at that state 3? It is 0.04 bar. It is condenser pressure. Okay, you get the value of SF and SFG at 0.04 bar from the table, and you find what is X3. Okay, X3 we got 0.715. Okay, now I can find what is H3. H3 is equal to what? In the same fashion as I have substituted for the H2, you need to substitute for the H3. Okay, where H3 is equal to HF plus X3 into HFG at 0.04 bar. Okay, you please note H3 is equal to HF plus X3 HFG at 0.04 bar. Okay, I've substituted directly here. Okay, so you get the value of HF and HFG at 0.04 bar and substitute the value. We have got X3. Substitute that, you will be getting what is the value of H3. Okay, now again I will go back to the diagram. Okay, here now we have found out what is the enthalpy. For us the enthalpy is important. You need to note we have found H3, H2 and H3, right? H1, H2 and H3 we have found out. Next I need to find H4. What is the value of H4 here? H4 is nothing but HF at 0.04 bar, isn't it? Because the pressure line following at this is 0.04 bar and it is on the saturated liquid line. Okay, so it is HF at 0.04 bar. You get the value of HF at 0.04 bar from the table. Okay, at T is equal to 0.04 bar, HF value we will be getting 122.4 kilojoules per kg. So it is the value of H4. Okay, at this point in order to calculate the pump work we need to note the value of V4 also, specific volume at 4. That is nothing but VF at 0.04 bar. Okay, Okay, in the same fashion as we were doing in the previous problem also, right? Here also the same thing. Okay, so we get the value of this also. Okay, and we know the pump work, it is given by h5 minus h4. Here the pump work is from 4 to 5. So this pump work is also equal to V4 into change in pressure during the process. Here you need to note in this particular regenerative cycle, it is not the condenser pressure minus boiler pressure. It is condenser pressure minus feed water heater pressure. Okay. Here the feed water heater pressure is 2.5 bar. That's why I have taken P2. P2 has 2.5 and P3 is 0.04 bar. Condenser pressure is 0.04 bar. Okay, into, if you want it in kilojoules per kg, multiply it by 100. Okay, that is what here I have written 10 to the power of 5 divided by 10 to the power of 3. That is I have multiplied by 100 indirectly. Okay, so that I'll be getting condensate pump work as 0.247 kilojoules per kg. Okay, it is a pump for 1. It is a pump for 1. Okay, 1 mass is 1 kg, but here the mass handled with the pump is 1 minus m. I will come later. Let me calculate pump work considering mass later. Okay, for calculating the enthalpy, I will consider it as 1 kg. Okay, so that I will calculating what is enthalpy H5. So with this, I'll be getting enthalpy as 121.65 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so we are going to calculate the enthalpies in the same fashion. Okay, next when I take the next pump work, it is from 6 to 7 pump work to, right? From this, I will be getting the value of what is H6. H6 is nothing but it is HFR 2.5 bar. Next pressure line ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. I'll just show the diagram. H6 value ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, it is on the saturated liquid line. So H6 is nothing but HF at, what is the pressure line following here, 2.5 bar. Okay, similarly you note the value of V6. V6 is nothing but VF at 2.5 bar. Okay, you note these two values and substitute here. In the same manner as we calculate the H5 value, in the same manner we calculate H7. Okay, here the pressure is reheat pressure and boiler pressure. Boiler pressure minus reheat pressure ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. Boiler pressure ಎಷ್ಟು 30. Reheat pressure ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, reheat ಅಂತೀನಿ, sorry, regenerative pressure, that is feed water heater pressure, that is 2.5 bar. 30 minus 2.5 bar ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ತಾ, into 100. So that you will be getting H7. Okay, after finding H7, how to find the mass flow rate? See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು mass flow rate conduct ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? See, here we are going to apply the steady flow energy equation in order to find out the mass. Okay, in order to understand that, just you think it is a feed water heater. Okay, so in feed water heater, you know, at state top some mass is bled out, okay, from the turbine. Okay, and the same mass is made to go to the feed water heater, and feed water heating, as I've told you, it is from 5 to 6. Feed water heating ಆಗೋದು 5 to 6. At state to m kg ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ mass from the turbine. Okay, at state 5 1 minus m1 kg ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ, condenser ಇಂದ. Okay, and here we are going, outlet has 1 kg at state 6, because this m kg combines with 1 minus m1 kg, so that it becomes 1 minus m minus plus 1 plus m, so that the outlet is 1 kg. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 m kg ಒಂದು ಸೇರುತ್ತೆ, so outlet 1 kg ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. Okay, for this I will apply the steady flow energy equation. So when I say the steady flow energy equation, I need to input uh, what is the input and what is the output. I need to equate this two, right? What is the input we are having? We are having input has m into h2, that is the input, plus 1 minus h5, that is the input. I will take the input on the left side. Okay, again I will say m into h2, that is the input, plus 1 minus h5, that is the input to this feed water heater alva. You see the arrow marks. What is the output we are having? 1 into h5, that is the output. Okay, when I apply the steady flow energy equation, I can find out what is the m. We know the value of h2, we know the value of h5, and also we know the value of H6. You just substitute these values, you'll be getting what is M. Okay. Next, after finding M, next is to find turbine work. See, again, I will go to the diagram. See here, what is the turbine work from 1 to 2? Here, the turbine work from 1 to 2, it carries a mass of 1 kg. 1 into difference in enthalpy. Enthalpy is H2 minus H1 or H1 minus H2, which is right. H1 minus H2 is right because H1 is higher enthalpy here. Okay. So 1 into H1 minus H2 is the turbine work. Okay, from 1 to 2. Next, when I take 2 to 3, what is the mass handled here? The mass handled is 1 minus m kg. Okay, enthalpy difference is H2 minus H3. So, what is the turbine work here? 1 minus m into H2 minus H3 is the turbine work. Okay, so I will go to the diagram here. So, that is what? H2 minus H3 plus 1 minus m into H3 minus H3. So we know what is m, what is H1, H2, H3, everything we have calculated. You just substitute, you'll be getting turbine work as 835.67 kilojoules per kg. Okay. So next, I need to find the pump work. See here, I have told you there is two pump work. Okay, one pump is required to pump from condenser pressure to feed water heater pressure. Another pump is required to pump from feed water heater pressure to boiler pressure. Okay, so we are having pump work as 1 minus m. The first pump work is from 4 to 5. So difference in enthalpy is H5 minus H4. The second pump work handles a mass of 1 kg. The second pump work is from 6 to 7. I will just show it on the diagram here. See, the first pump work is 4 to 5. Second pump work is from 6 to 7. Okay. Here the mass is 1 minus m. Here the mass m combines. So here the mass is 1 kg, 6 to 7. Okay. So here the pump work is like this: 1 minus m into H5 minus H4 plus 1 minus H7 minus H6. I have told you when you are writing the difference in enthalpy, please note you need to write the higher enthalpy minus lower enthalpy. When you take the pump work, the enthalpy at the outlet of the pump will be more than the inlet. So that's why it is H5 minus H4. Okay. The mass handled is 1 minus m. Okay. So here you need to note the every procedure of finding the enthalpy remains the same, but here we need to find the m by applying the steady flow energy equation. In order to apply the steady flow energy equation, okay, you need to see to the what are the inlets and outlet to the feed water heater. Apply the steady flow energy equation. That is only the difference here. Understood? Okay. Next, according to the mass change, you calculate what is the turbine work and pump work. Okay, we have calculated what is the turbine work and pump work. Now we can easily find what is the net work. Okay, turbine work minus pump work. Heat supplied is in the boiler. So here you need to note we are supplying the heat only in the boiler. Okay, here the heat supplied in the boiler is from H1 minus H7. Okay, mug up ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ value. So you need to look into the diagram. I will show the diagram. See, notice 7 to 1 no heating process in the boiler. Alvenappa, you need to look into the diagram. 7 to 1 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, in TS or HS diagram, any one diagram you can draw. 7 to 1 is the heating in the boiler. So difference in enthalpy is H1 minus H7. Okay, you need to do the H1 minus H7. What is the mass handled by the boiler? 1 kg. Okay, so it is H1 minus H7. You will be getting what is the QH? 2263.93 kilojoules per kg. Okay, next efficiency, network divided by heat supplied. Okay, you can calculate efficiency 0.368. Okay, so with this this problem is over. Let me show this on the uh, Mollier chart. How to get the values from the Mollier chart. Okay, so there is only 5 minutes. I will just show you very quickly. See here, the boiler pressure given is 30 bar. You need to see this is the 30 bar line. Okay, and it is on the dry state. Dry state ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 30 ಬಾರೋ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ವೇಪರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ 1. ಓಕೆ, state 1. Okay, from state 1 it expands isentropically. It means it is a vertical line. Okay, you need to draw a vertical line till the bar is 0.04 bar. Condenser pressure ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು 0.04 bar 4 bar ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ you draw a vertical line. That is the state 3. Then where is the state 2? State 2 is in between. In between, that is 2.5 bar. 2.5 bar line illiದೆ. 2.5 bar line ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So that you will be getting state 2. So 1 ಆಯ್ತು, 2 ಆಯ್ತು, 3 state. Okay. Now let me check value of state 1. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? When I take the state 1 here, see on either side you can read. Right side ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ read ಮಾಡಿ, left side ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ read ಮಾಡಿ. It will give the same value. You can read on the either side, it will give the same value. Okay. When I take state 1 here, I am getting it is 2800, little bit above. It might be 2810 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 2810 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಅದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. See, when we calculated here in the diagram H1, how much we got? H1 we got 2802 ಬಂತು. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ನನ್ಗೇನು ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಲೈನ್. 2800 ಇಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. 2805 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾನು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಏನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದೇನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಬರಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಅರೌಂಡ್ 2800 ಬಂತು ಅಲ್ವೇನಪ್ಪ. ಓಕೆ, ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬೆಟ್ 5 divisions or 10 divisions here and there, it will be there. Okay, next when I take H2 here, okay, if I draw the H2 line over here, I got 2440 ಏನೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 2440 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ H2 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ? H2 2450 ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ನೋಡೋಣ, 2440-45 ಏನೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಯರರ್. See, there in a value of 2450, if there is a difference of 10 division, I hope you know what is the percentage error. Percentage error is very less. It will not make much of the difference. Okay, here when you are finding H2 in the Mollier diagram, if you want, you can also find out the dryness fraction. Dryness fraction line ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. X2L dryness fraction ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Dryness fraction X2L ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ 0.845 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 0.845 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ because it's in between. Okay, so 0.845 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನನಗೆ X2 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇಕು. X2 ನಮಗೆ 0.841 ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ, so it will not make much of the difference. Okay, similarly H3 ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. H3 I got H3 here, I've got 1860 ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ H3 ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ? 1862 ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So almost nearer value. Okay, if you want, you can also find X3 is the dryness fraction. X3 ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. on the same line I will go. X3 0.715 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. 0.71 ಮತ್ತೆ 0.72 ಮಧ್ಯ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 0.715 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ? X3 0.715 ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಯರರ್. Okay, like this you can also look into the Mollier diagram. Okay, you can either solve by using the Mollier chart or you can solve by using the table method. Okay, so when you calculate the efficiency, I hope you'll be getting almost the same efficiency. Almost you will be having the same efficiency. Okay, here. So with this, let me conclude my today's lecture. Okay, If you have got any doubts, you can clarify. ಹೇಳಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯೇನಪ್ಪ?
ಈ ಊರಿನ